Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with AFC Bournemouth. We are now nearing the end of November and things are going rather well, perhaps too well. As you can see from the league table on the left hand side, we are currently occupying the 6th position spot, just 2 points behind second place Manchester United. We're a fair few points behind top of the table Liverpool. I say few, it's 6. It's not like a massive gap, but we are 22 points. We are, in theory, 18 points away from guaranteeing safety this season. I'm not going to get sacked for the first time in about 3 years in the beta save. This is ridiculous. In between episodes, we have played a total of 4 games, 3 league games, 1 in the Carabao Cup, and we have been undefeated in all of them, technically drawing with Palace in the Cup. We started off with a 3-0 victory against Aston Villa, who are really struggling on this save very, very badly. Josh King with the hat-trick in this one. Against Burnley, it was a 2-1 victory here. Josh King once again on the score sheet. Seko Fofana scoring a bloody screamer. Against Palace, it was a 2-2 draw, going to penalties, having to rely on Aaron Ramsdale to save both Milicevic and Camarasa's penalties in this one. And finally, up against Everton, it was a 3-1 victory here. Seko Fofana and Callum Wilson with a brace. Fofana, once again, scoring an absolute screamer. Today then, we are going to be up against Watford, and I believe it's Leicester. Was it Leicester? I've already forgotten. I was on the page literally a second ago. It is Watford and Leicester. Leicester are 12. Watford are just above the relegation zone in 17th place. I'm hoping we can just carry on this good run of form and pick up 6 points in this episode. Without further ado then, let's jump into the Watford match. We have already played them once this season in the Carabao Cup, beating them. I think it was 1-0 in the end. We ended up beating them. They've dropped into the bottom 3 because Southampton were playing Aston Villa, and as you can tell, Aston Villa don't win games. They've drawn once against Newcastle and lost 11. We are starting to have a team now that is kind of our best 11. So we're sticking with Butland in goal, Kev, Steve Cook, Nathan Ake and Mitchell Dix as the back 4, Lerma, Cook, Fofana and David Brooks as that midfield diamond. Dominic Solanke and Callum Wilson will be the strikers today. Solanke's come in because Josh King is out injured for 8 days to 2 weeks, so he won't be out for too long. Probably won't see him in this episode. The fact that King is injured though does kind of highlight a bit of a problem. We don't have any other strikers. Harry Wilson and Danjuma are probably our backup strikers. Danjuma's not terrible. He's not going to be scoring a huge amount of goals though, is he? Watford then playing a 5-3-2 with Troy Deeney and Danny Welbeck up front. Is Danny Welbeck actually at Watford in real life? Is that a thing? Has he been there for a while? Have I missed something? We are on a very good run of form. We've been playing, not the best teams. We've been playing some of the sort of the mid-table sides, the lower down sides, but we're picking up the right amount of points. We're not struggling against them. We're picking up some good points as well against teams like Everton and stuff like that. So hopefully Watford, being down the wrong end of the table, we can pick up some points here as well. We are 3 minutes on the clock. We do have a highlight, and Steve Cook, our centre-back, has the ball on the right wing of all people. Seko Fofana goes for a very long-range effort. It is over the bar. Throw in for Daryl Janmaat to take for Watford. Will Hughes can play it forward. Lerma's not going to go for it because Kev gets the ball. Stops, goes backwards, plays it to Jefferson Lerma, who can spread the ball across to Mitchell Dix on that left-hand side. He's got 2 in the box. Crosses in. It's gone deep. It's been cleared by Janmaat. Jefferson Lerma is going to pick the ball up. The Colombian? Is he Colombian or Ecuadorian? He's definitely South American. Cook to Brooks. Plays the ball across. Mitchell Dix is going to have to backtrack to pick that one up, but still has plenty of space in front of him. Seko Fofana over the top to Dix once again. Is he going to cross it in? He's played it slow on the floor to Fofana. Wilson gets the ball into the back of the net. It is 1-0, 17 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Callum Wilson has now scored 6 goals this season. He was really struggling at the start. Now he's finding his scoring boots. Free kick for Ben Foster to take outside of his area, so if we can get the ball back quickly, we might have a chance here. Will Hughes has the ball though for Watford. Janmaat back to Hughes. He can play the ball across, intercepted by Dix, but only as far as Pereira. Intercepted by Dix once again, and still Watford maintain possession. Kiko now. Where's he going to go? Pereira plays it back to Craig Cathcart. All the way back now to Ben Foster, who's just going to stand there. Wilson, I think, is going to be closing him down. Cleared over the halfway line. Kev heads it. He was unchallenged. Why did he header it? Janmaat, Kabasele, all the way back to Foster once again. It's intercepted by Fofana. Now Wilson gets the ball, has about 6 shots, and his 7th one is just over the bar. Throw in for Kev to take to Solanke. He doesn't control the ball very well, and Watford, through Etienne Capoue, can blast the ball up the pitch. Steve Cook, deep in his own half, plays it across to Nathan Ake. He's going to run forward because he is a ball-playing defender, so loves to run with the ball a little bit. Mitchell Dix plays it across to the other wing. Why do we... It's not just us. Loads and loads of players switch flanks constantly. Dix is just going to blast it over to Kev at some point in a minute, and then he'll probably get the ball back in a second. Fofana to Brooks. He's played it all the way over to Kev. Mitchell Dix wants it. He's open at the top if you need him. Kev crosses the ball. Mitchell Dix is there. Mitchell Dix's effort is just wide of the post. I'm starting to think fullbacks might be overpowered in this game. I'm not quite sure. Kev with the throw to Lerma, loses out but keeps hold of the ball actually. David Brooks, now Cook, across. Fofana has some space, he goes for goal and his effort is just wide of the post. Fofana loves a long shot and he's actually not terrible at them. He's scored 2 so far this season. Cook to Kev. Kev needs to run down that wing. No, he doesn't. He just blasts it up down the right-hand side. Solanke, he's got no options in the middle. Wilson's in there now. It's Mitchell Dix at the back post. He's at the bar and Janmaat can clear the ball. Mitchell Dix has probably had more chances than Dominic Solanke. He's our left back and he's had more chances than our striker. Well, it is 1-0 at half-time. Callum Wilson's goal, the only thing separating the two sides. But in terms of stats, if stats won you games, we would win every single match. 19 shots, 5 on target, 1 shot, none on target for Watford. No changes at half-time because, let's face it, we should be scoring more goals than we actually are. On the hour mark, we've had 23 shots now. Still only 6 on target. 24, it's going up. 70 minutes on the clock. Brooks is going to come off. We're going to bring on Danjuma. Danjuma has yet to play for us. We're going to give him a go. Considering the amount of chances we've actually had in this game, there's been a serious lack of highlights in the second half. Deeney with the ball, plays it back to Janmaat. Forward to Deeney once again. He loses out to Kev, who can play it forward to Solanke. He's got Wilson making a run, holds up play, and it's gone to Danjuma. Now Seko Fofana, the summer signing. Mitchell Dix, another one of the summer signings, gets round his man. Is he going to run down that left? No, he doesn't. Danjuma, Fofana, now Mitchell Dix. He's got 2 in the box if he can cross it in. He doesn't cross it in. Why does he not cross it in? Danjuma. Danjuma doesn't do anything with the ball and loses out, and now Cook has it. He plays it across. Mitchell Dix is getting a lot of the ball, and so is Kev. Kev's going to control that, get round his man. He's not going to cross it in. He does cross it in. Mitchell Dix on the volley, and Mitchell Dix has had another chance on goal. Almost into the final 5 minutes, so if Watford are going to score, now is probably the time it's going to happen, isn't it? And Lerma tackles Nathan Ake for some reason. Don't know why he did that. Kiko with the ball, with a yellow card, who must have picked that up very early on. Janmaat goes for goal from a very long way out, and his effort, I think, just dinked the top of the bar. Throw in for Kev to take to Lerma. He's going to have to go backwards, isn't he? Find Lewis Cook. Now Kev once again. Plays it to Lerma. Lerma and Kev must be best friends. I don't know why, but they constantly just pass it between the pair of them. Kev's got loads of space. Crosses in. Solanke is there. His header is over the bar. We really need to start taking these chances. Well, at full time then, it is 1-0. 27 shots. 27. Can we see who's had these shots? Shooting. So, Callum Wilson had 7 of the shots. 5 shots from Mitchell Dix. 4 shots from David Brooks. We're getting shots from all over the bloody place. 4 shots as well from Fofana. 2 from Kev. Nathan Ake had a shot as well. Problem is, no one's getting them on target. Mitchell Dix had 5 shots and not a single one on target. And David Brooks had 4 and only 1 on target. Maybe we need to look at telling the fullbacks to stop shooting. Because that might be the problem. There's 7 shots there that are just completely off target. Well, that victory has moved us up into 5th place in the table. We are 1 point behind 2nd place Manchester City now. I don't know what's happening. We've also just picked up an achievement because I think we've scored a goal in the every last 10 games or something. That's not how words work. So yeah, Watford, Everton, Palace, Burnley, Villa, United, Brighton, Charlton, West Ham and Wolves. So yeah, we've scored a goal in the last 10 games. This might be something that's bad to do, but we're making our fullbacks shoot less often because I'm seeing them taking far too many shots. I don't want them to have that many shots. I'd rather them get it to the 2 players who should be scoring the goals. Next up then, we have to make the trip to the King Power Stadium to play 13th place Leicester, and hopefully it's going to be our 5th league win on the spin. That'll be nice. big news, big news. The whole Brexit thing is coming through. And so basically what is happening, it's going to be a 17-player foreign limit. So that's a good Brexit, right? Players homegrown in nation will not need to be registered. That's good. Foreign players already playing in the United Kingdom will only face these restrictions upon signing a new contract. As part of the breakaway deal, players from Ireland will continue to be treated as non-foreign. And the work permit rules then, yes, it's the same one that we've basically had for the last couple of years, isn't it? The minimum salary of £8,000 per week. 3,000 if they're under 23, but they're not allowed to play in first team matches. And yeah, it's a good Brexit. We've got a good Brexit. Up against an inconsistent Leicester, we have the chance to make it 5 league wins in a row. They haven't been particularly great recently, losing to Brighton, Manchester United beating Doncaster, drawing 0-0 with Newcastle, losing 1-0 to Man City. They're not doing so well, so maybe now is the time to just put 9 past them. I say this as a Saints fan. I want to beat them 9-0, okay? I want to beat them 9-0. The starting lineup we're going to go for is exactly the same as what we played in the last match. So it's Butland in goal, Kev, Cook, Ake and Dix at the back, Lerma, Cook, Fofana and Brooks in the middle, with Solanke and Wilson as the 2 strikers. Josh King is kind of back, but I'm not going to risk him. Remember, we have changed our fullbacks to shoot less often. This could be a bad thing, because it might be Dix and Kev get into decent positions and then decide to pass it to someone who's not going to score rather than just going for goal themselves. First highlight of the match is already here after 2 3/4 minutes. Dix has stolen the ball away. He's going to run forward. Long ball. Wilson's going to get on the end of it. First time shot is well saved from Kasper Schmeichel. That was a very good breakaway. It's another example of strikers not being able to score goals, however. Dix with the ball on the left-hand side. He crosses in, which is something he very rarely does. Kev gets it to Brooks. Brooks has gone down. Is going to be a penalty unless VAR says no, it's a penalty. It's going to be Wilson stepping up to take it. Callum Wilson steps up against Kasper Schmeichel, just calmly rolls it down the middle. That was so slow, Schmeichel could have dived, stood up, and then dived the other way and still possibly got it. 1 down, 8 more to go. If we actually take our chances, we could probably beat them 9-0. It's not going to happen. I reckon we'll beat them 2-0, maybe 2-1. Kev with a throw forward to Solanke. Heads. Oh, why did he head that? I don't know why he was headering it too. Kev gets the ball back. Finds Lewis. Cook back to Kev again. He's not going to cross it in for some reason. Cook crosses in. Dix is at the back post. Takes a touch. Does a very weird pass back to Jefferson Lerma from the penalty area. Why did he do that? Kev to Cook. Back to Kev. Cross it in. He does cross it in. Wilson's there. He's made it 2-0, although I think he was probably offside. VAR has been called and the goal does not stand. Yeah, I think he was well offside, wasn't he? Yep, by about a metre or so. Final 10 minutes of the first half. We're going okay. I mean, I'd like to see more highlights, but we're not really going to get a huge amount. Kev's cross from the free kick comes in. Perez controls it. Now Amati kicks it straight into somebody. Solanke's gone for goal. He's hit the base of the post and the ball is cleared. Dix is going to collect it. Is the highlight going to carry on? Dix can lump it towards Kev. Kev heads down. Solanke goes for goal. And what a save that is from Kasper Schmeichel. Corner to be taken by David Brooks. Solanke is there, and his effort is tipped over the bar by Schmeichel. I have changed our corners, by the way. So you'll notice there's players in better positions, Solanke being one of them. Half time, it has been all Bournemouth, and we are only 1-0 up, thanks to a Callum Wilson penalty. We did have the ball in the back of the net. I want another goal. I mean, Kev looked stressed. I don't know why, Kev. No changes for us. It looks like Iheanacho has come on for James Maddison, however, for Leicester. Wes Morgan takes a free kick, tries to find Vardy, but can't do it because Ake heads down. Tielemans plays the ball across to Ben Chilwell, who's going to possibly try and run past Brooks, and does so, inside to Dennis Pratt. Pratt gets tackled by Lerma, and now Brooks can find Solanke. He can play the ball forward to Callum Wilson, who just hits it wide. So many times they get in those positions and then just put it wide or straight at the goalkeeper. Dix's throw finds Lerma, does keep hold of the ball as well after being challenged by Vardy. Nathan Ake forward doesn't find anyone, but Dix collects Amati's misplaced header. Wilson into the area. Where's he going to go? Goes for goal himself, and it's an easy save for Kasper Schmeichel. I don't think there's anything I can do tactically to make us score more goals. We're getting all the positions. We're just not actually having a good shot. Dix is in the area. Is it another penalty? I think it might be another penalty, you know. It is another penalty. Callum Wilson is going to step up and take it. I was worried because Dix was in the area and he probably wasn't going to shoot. Wilson steps up for his second penalty of the match, his second goal of the game. We are 2-0 up now against Leicester. Leicester have done a couple of subs. We're also going to do a couple of subs. We're going to do Dan Gosling for Lewis Cook. Solanke also coming off for Ryan Fraser. Sure. He's transfer listed, by the way. He wants to leave the club because he's not playing football. So I thought, yeah, why not? So, yeah, see how good you are up front. If we can sell Fraser for like 35 million, I'll be over the moon. Wilson comes in. It's Nathan Ake. What's happened there? We scored a third. Is it? For some reason, I'm thinking this is going to go to VAR. It just looks like the highlight or the celebration's taking a long time. So the free kick from Brooks comes in. A whole line of Bournemouth players. Ake rises highest from Callum Wilson's header across. We are 3-0 up. I'd say we were all offside there. All of us were offside. How was that stood? Dix takes a free kick and finds Ake. Plays it all the way across to Kev on that right-hand side. Kev, by the way, has Morocco caps now. Didn't even know he was half Moroccan. He was French when I signed him. Kasper Schmeichel has the ball in his hands from Wes Morgan's head back to him. What is the Danish goalkeeper going to do? Apart from be chased around by Callum Wilson by the looks of it. Long kick by Schmeichel only finds Kev. And now where is Kev going to go? He's just lumped the ball forward. It's toward Mitchell Dix, which is a great pass. Dix has got 4 black and red shirts in there. Kev's in the area. Kev decides to shoot. Oh my word, Ryan Fraser scored. It's come from Kev. I'm not sure what was going on in Kev's head because he must have kind of went, I've been told not to shoot, but I'm in a good position to shoot. Had a really bad shot. Ball falls to Ryan Fraser in the end because Kev should have just pulled the trigger a lot better than that. Fraser then gets the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box, makes it 4-0. Can we score 5 more goals in the last 5 minutes? I don't think we can. Tielemans with a free kick for Leicester. It's off the bar from Coyote's header. Iniacho collects the ball. Indeed, he's there. His header is well wide of the post. It's looking like it's going to be a 4-0 victory. I'm going to do a final sub just to waste a bit of time. Brooks is coming off. Dan Jummer's coming on. And this has been a very good episode. 2 victories. Two very good victories as well. 4-0 away from home against Leicester. 2 penalties. Yeah. Still, 23 shots, 12 on target. That number should be nearer that. So if we're having shots on target, I'd rather they be good shots rather than just taking shots for the fun of it. We still scored 4. And that victory has moved us up into 3rd place in the table. Liverpool losing to Tottenham mean that we are just 3 points behind league leaders Liverpool. And in 3 days' time, that's who we're playing. And that is 5 wins in the league now as well. I mean, they've not been, like I said, the biggest teams. Leicester, Watford, Everton, Burnley and Villa. But still, 5 wins. And 2 of them on the road against Leicester and Burnley as well. We are about to enter December. Now, December is always going to be a difficult month. It doesn't help by the fact that we've got a Carabao Cup match in the middle as well. Next episode might be Palace, Tottenham, Sheffield United, some of those. Maybe, possibly Newcastle. I'm not sure. Basically, it'll be around end of December, I think. So, start of next episode, we might actually be top of the table if we beat Liverpool. I don't think we're going to beat them. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with AFC Bournemouth. If you did enjoy this episode, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, I'm just having a look here at the match performances. Oh, we've got an A+. We've got an A bloody plus. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I'll be back next time with more Football Manager 2020.